So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Hey, 76! Hey, lift!
They'll run again with Hunt. And he stopped immediately there. Preston Smith there on the stop. The Lions had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
Well, this defense for the Packers, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A third down pickup of 5.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Hunt will try going up the middle. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
From the 41, Goff swings this out for Hunt. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. 14 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. Man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Handoff up the middle. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
On 2nd and goal. Goff toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. If it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. Right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Rodgers now to throw. Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of understands his coverage. It could be a little bit aggressive in the short zone. And did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They go back to the ground with Jones. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Lions force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Goff. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. And that's going to be a 1st down right on. That's good for 28 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case, the feet.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
In motion right is Watkins. From the 30 on second down, Rodgers. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Plays in 10 on the sack. In the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead,
he's got him in, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
that play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you take runs like that each and every time.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. To throw is Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. On play action. Now Rodgers. Going for it all. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
To throw on second and 10. Rodgers. This is intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
From the 26, they'll line up on second and 4. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. They'll fake the give. Now gone. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35. Now gone. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Goff on 3rd down. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. And this is taken in at the 5. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Goff now looking to throw. Touchdown! Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions continue to pull away here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And his pass is intercepted for the 3rd time today. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of its coordinators? They just don't have it. You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. Maybe cut into it because you just suggest
indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And some room to work. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 67 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Watkins here. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. They're going to run for with Jones. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Goff throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 25 yards that time.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Throw left side complete. That's Watkins. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and goal. Rodgers. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Packers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Josh McDaniels, he's got faith in his offense, so he's going to have him go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. And he is in for the 2 points. And they're back within a score as the lead's cut to 8. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'm going to switch speed.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off play action. Here's Gall. Rolling to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's dropped right at the 4.
But it hasn't been his best game overall, so I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Yeah, they get to him after a gain of 6 to the on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Needing the top yards, they run it with their fullback. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The fullback dive held up short. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Up the middle, Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers over the middle, and it's incomplete.
In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed excellent coverage. Able to knock back on the run.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them to completion.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to get the football as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 61 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Most of the damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the packet. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one seemed to make the way back a lot more difficult.
There's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. Yeah.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. From end zone to end zone, it's a 106-yard return. And the Packers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. And that big 4th quarter return, Charles, makes this a 1-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, you just had a big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
Tough run, good pass, hit the hand.
Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in.
Ball back, unfortunately they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics weeks into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Gone. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And this is good from 57 yards out. Bombs away. The drive will wind up moving forward. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. But it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a 1-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Rodgers to throw. Watson making the catch. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. Working the sideline there, good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Now Rodgers. He'll fight his man, LaVisca Chenault. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw, Rodgers. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get 7 plays off in quick succession if they can. Try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
To throw is Rodgers. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will take over. So now let's Let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Right back to him on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating.